Prom is an important rite of passage. I don't want you to miss anything.
Oh.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the least effective film series ever.
All the people working here are dead.
Well, that isn't stopping them from walking around.
Number 10, Fantastic Beasts franchise.
Newt, I don't think I'm dreaming.
I'll give it away.
I ain't got the brains to make this up.
What started as a guidebook linked to the Harry Potter series became its own spin-off. Result felt largely unnecessary, never rising to the magic of the original movies. Newt Scamander's initial adventures offer up some fantastic thrills, but the sequels deliver diminishing returns. The controversies surrounding the casting of Grindelwald are just a fraction of the problems with the Secrets of Dumbledore and the Crimes of Grindelwald.
I wish you were working with me now, towards a world where we wizards were free to live openly.
Each sequel gets too bogged down by the story details, and the finale in particular doesn't offer anything new to excite fans. Wanting to chase Potter's success and try something different, the filmmakers spread the idea too thin. Ultimately, we wish they'd left this property alone.
This is the man who tried to take my life. This man, who has no magic.
Number 9, 50 Shades franchise.
Do you want anything else?
Yes. Rope.
From fan fiction to a cultural phenomenon, E.L. James's series was never considered high art. The film adaptations don't expand on the books either, failing to elevate the material or even be entertaining. It ultimately comes down to a melodramatic relationship between Anastasia Steele and Christian Grey.
No, I can go. It's fine.
I would like to know more about you.
There's really not much to know about me.
Even if you're just looking for a good time, you'll probably be let down by the poorly written romance. The businessman's many red flags will have viewers questioning how the main heroine sticks around for 2 sequels in the first place. On top of that, the twists of Darker and Freed feel more like a soap opera than an attempt to save the franchise. Even with talented actors in the cast, nobody can quite make it worthwhile.
You insist on defying me, Mrs. Gray. What should I do about that?
Learn to live with it.
Number 8, Baby Geniuses franchise.
You call those jumping jacks? We're like jumping jerks. Stop, 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 stop!
When scientists discover that babies are secretly smart, they hold them prisoner and prompt one of the most absurd plots in film history. Baby Geniuses involves a case of mistaken identity mixed with absurd action sequences. Along with an inane premise, the technology that makes the infant's mouths move is nightmare fuel.
Have you said Dada or Mama yet? Nah, that's so stupid. I've decided the first time I speak, I'm just gonna quote the Gettysburg Address.
Don't even get us started on the disturbing baby robot either. Without learning their lesson, the producers took a modest profit and doubled down with a sequel. Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2 tries to mix a kidnapping plot with some spy and superhero cliches. It was the opposite of a success, failing to earn sympathy from almost anyone. Unsurprisingly, people didn't want to deal with the direct-to-video sequels either.
Honey, it's all about marketing. Bobbin's World will be the McDonald's of daycare.
Great. We'll be known as McBaby.
Number 7, After franchise.
She took my hand and led me out of the darkness and showed me that whatever our souls are made of, hers and mine are the same.
From the books by Anna Todd, the After franchise follows the relationship of Tessa Young and Hardin Scott. The first film captures the two meeting in college for a romance you can see coming a mile away. Unashamed of meet-cute and on-the-nose dialogue, this series takes an extended look at a couple falling in love and drifting apart.
What?
I like it better on you.
It's the stuff that romance novels are made of, with scandals, alcohol use disorder, and neglectful parents thrown in for good measure. Defying critics, the filmmakers decided to push this story into 5 installments so far, with predictable surprises along the way. You'd be better off watching any other rom-com instead of seeing this one-note plot to the end. Or better yet, just watch a Hallmark movie.
They're not together.
But Landon said they're inseparable.
Yeah? Like brother and sister.
Number 6, Jaws franchise.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Without a doubt, the first Jaws is an American classic and one of Steven Spielberg's greatest achievements. The sequels all pale in comparison to the first film's tension and sense of storytelling. Not for nothing, Spielberg's lack of involvement in the follow-up should be enough reason to give one pause. Jaws 2 has Roy Scheider return in a mediocre cash-in, setting up the exact same shark problem.
But I'm telling you, and I'm telling everybody at this table, that that's a shark. And I know what a shark looks like because I've seen one up close.
By the time the brand hit Jaws 3D, it had completely lost the plot and only focused on mindless spectacle. Any semblance of character development drops out in favor of forgettable action, leading to the even worse adventure, Jaws the Revenge, which shockingly stars the great Michael Caine.
I have an irresistible urge to kiss you, Ellen Brody.
Number 5. Divergent franchise.
I want to be brave, and I want to be selfless, intelligent and honest and kind. Well, I'm still working on kind.
Riding the wave of young adult adaptations, Divergent always felt like a series that was too little and too late. Veronica Roth's books were popular enough to get the film treatment, but the reviews weren't all kind. Tristan Ford's romance couldn't quite carry multiple movies worth of complicated sci-fi stories.
Think he was gonna let you off without a scratch? I'd still be standing there if I hadn't hit you.
So am I supposed to thank you?
The rebellious journey to avoid betrayals and climb over the wall doesn't feel fresh or engaging enough to justify itself. In later entries, acclaimed actresses such as Kate Winslet and Naomi Watts feel stifled by the less than impressive material. The plot ultimately doesn't have the exciting premise of something like The Hunger Games, with the 4th installment being cancelled due to bad box office.
You want change with no sacrifice. You want peace with no struggle. The world doesn't work like that.
Number 4. Resident Evil franchise.
You're all going to die down here.
Gamers and film fans alike can find something to be disappointed by in Resident Evil. The series doesn't even have the same feel as the video games, infuriating anyone looking for the franchise's survival horror gameplay. Instead of paying tribute to the source, the movies feel like they're using the brand name to draw in viewership.
There is something down there.
Paul W.S. Anderson sets the tone with a gory first entry, but never quite explores the depths of any one character. His sequels seem like Matrix ripoffs that care more about bullets flying than anything else. The Underworld films also tried to combine action and horror, similarly failing to do much else other than finding new ways to kill enemies.
Soon this house will lie in ruins.
Not before you.
Number 3. The Twilight Saga.
Can't bring myself to regret the decisions that brought me face to face with death. They also brought me to Edward.
This vampire series was undeniably a blockbuster event that captivated young fans in the late 2000s and early 2010s. Based on Stephenie Meyer's books, Twilight features the melodramatic relationships between Bella and her 2 potential suitors. Great actors are in this franchise, but few of them are actually good in these movies.
I don't have the strength to stay away from you anymore.
Then don't.
It takes itself so seriously at some points that you can't help but laugh at the depiction of vampire and werewolf fights. Not without its fans, the series was an inescapable force of pop culture that was never destined to win any major awards. No matter what side you were on, you have to admit that the mediocre action, cliched story, and questionable writing weren't worth much.
You show me again?
We've got a lot of time.
Forever.
Number 2. 365 Days franchise.
W hierarchii Martina jestem za jego kumplami i pracą. Przede wszystkim za nim samym.
Trying to be a new 50 Shades, this franchise doubles down on the idea of the erotic thriller in the worst way possible. The first movie finds the gangster Massimo kidnapping a young woman and giving her a year to fall in love with him. If that doesn't have you grossed out, stick around for more toxic behavior and troubling relationship goals.
Dalej mu nie powiedziałaś? Okej, nie moja sprawa.
Some moments are a mix between being a cringy romance and an X-rated perfume commercial. By the time that the couple gets married, you'll probably be laughing at the series' lackluster attempts at sentimentality. Oh, did we forget to mention that there's also a plot about the Sicilian Mafia? With a cliffhanger ending, these movies come to an abrupt and pointless conclusion.
Dobrze, to ja do niego teraz pójdę. Tak. Muszę z nim to jakoś załatwić.
A jak wrócę, to opijemy moje zmartwychwstanie, dobra?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Atlas Shrugged.
Who the hell are you?
My name is John Galt. I live in a place we call Atlantis, and I think you'd fit in there.
Adapted from Ayn Rand's novel, Atlas Shrugged takes place in an alternate timeline where a financially unstable America relies on dilapidated railroads for travel. It then slowly descends into a story about economics, business deals, and steel. Anything but riveting, you might be asleep by the end of the first film.
So,
If you can have the Rio Norte completely re-railed in 9 months, I will give you $20,000 a ton.
Deal. Both sequels plainly reveal the mistake of turning one book into a trilogy of boring plots, bland acting, and writing that feels too preachy. While Rand's original material might draw its fair share of fans and detractors, this movie series has little appeal even for hardcore fans.
I'll stop the motor of the world.
Did we forget another forgettable franchise? Let us know in the comments below.
They consider knowledge to be superfluous.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.